Hi everyone, comic reviewer here. This time reviewing on the film Wonder Woman. Now, as you know, Wonder Woman is a 2017 superhero film that was directed by Patty Jenkins, whose film I did previously review called the 2003 film Monster. Now, keep in mind that Patty Jenkins was more of a no-namer director who was only known for directing Monster, so Wonder Woman is a bit more of a game changer. So the premise of the film is meant to show the origin of the DC Extended Universe version of Wonder Woman, about how Diana learns from Steve Trevor that there is a war going on the front lines, known as World War One. We see how Wonder Woman believes from the story she's told that Ares is behind it somehow, and we see how Diana goes with her best intentions to go onto the front lines to stop Ares and bring peace to man's world. But of course, over the course of the film, we do see how Diana learns more that even if she does stop Ares, there will be countless other wars, and even though she will bring peace, more people will become corrupted. I think what the film gets right, and this is my opinion, unlike Captain America the First Avenger, I think Wonder Woman doesn't feel like a G.I. Joe clone, instead being what Wonder Woman is, because in the Golden Age comics and in some DC media, we have seen Wonder Woman fight in the World War. We even see her as well fighting with the Justice Society before. I think here we do see how Diana as well as Steve Trevor work with a Scotsman, a sort of smooth talking ladies man, and a Native American expert. So I think this one doesn't feel too much like a G.I. Joe clone. It's just a band of misfits getting together to help Diana deal with the threat. And I think when you also do have one of the villains being played by Danny Huston, known as Eric Landorf, I think his character works as you're meant to believe he's Ares and there's more truth about him. And I think Dr. Poison does work, as he's a bit more like knowing how to craft things perfectly. And I think they should have added in Dr. Psycho as a way to kind of manipulate men on the enemy lines to get what they want. And I think for the most part I would say, yeah, I also do think Diana's story does work at times, as it's her realising to her shock and horror that no matter how hard she tries, there will be countless other wars. And I think there's moments where I do think Diana does see things a bit too much like a little kid. Like, you can tell she does unfairly blame Steve for allowing a village to die, even though she believes someone to be Ares. And I get it, Diana is supposed to be upset, but blaming Steve for something that he wasn't sure about is a bit stupid. Again, I get it, sometimes when people are upset, they're going to blame someone for something, even though it's not their fault. I think, unlike Captain America the First Avenger, we actually have more time for Steve Trevor as well as Diana to get to know each other. The problem with Captain America the First Avenger, we hardly got to know Peggy as well as Steve Rogers, and I think having Diana's childhood being shown really does work, because you have more time to see how Diana is a bit more shown from the Amazon's ways of life. We see how Diana's aunt Antiope does try to toughen her up. And I think the point of the Amazons being played by athletes, bodybuilders and all that, we're just meant to show what Amazons were back in the old days. And the point of DC Comics and other media is that the Amazons are meant to be a dangerous force that can be quite deadly. And I think the point of having bodybuilders playing female Amazons makes sense. And I think the point about having muscular, sort of strong women is to show how powerful the Amazons really are. I think, to me, Wonder Woman is an improvement over Captain America the First Avenger. It fixes things, it knows that it's not going to hide too much under the bench, but trying to be a story that's more accurate and not a G.I. Joe clone. And I think Patty Jenkins had good intentions with Wonder Woman. I know when she did the sequel, it got more of a badder result. So I think Wonder Woman definitely deserves 2 thumbs ups. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.